I am taking these 10 books over to CGC to get graded over the weekend. One of them could be worth over $1,000. Which one? Let's find out. Milky, why'd you do that? What was that for? Goodness gracious. Live with the cat, they said. It will be fun, they said. Ready? What? Okay. Say hi to Milky, everybody. Here's Milky. This first book is from 1991, and I bought it back in that day, or at least my parents probably bought it for me because I was like 1 when it came out. But it's possible that I grabbed it a couple years after when I really got into comics when I was like 3 or 4. But this is from 1991, and it's still in its original plastic. This is Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Punisher in Hearts of Darkness. Now, I'm looking to get this graded. What sucks about getting it graded, though, is that the cover actually is a tri-fold cover. So what happens is you fold it, and then you get the full cover of what it is. Right now, you're only getting a little partial of it. Value-wise, it's looking like if this is a 9.8, it's looking around a little less than $100. So it's quite possible that the entire 10-book collection that I'm bringing might be worth over $1,000. But we're hoping on good grades. I've only read it once. Otherwise, it's been in this packaging, which may be a blessing and a curse. Some of these I've actually bought at conventions more recently, like over the summer in San Diego Comic-Con, one of which is this one, which is the Uncanny X-Men issue 145. Now, the reason I bought this one was it was right after Robert Downey Jr. was announced as Dr. Doom. So I figured I may as well go and grab some Dr. Doom comics while I'm at the convention. That happens on Saturday night. And so this actually, I would have bought them on Sunday morning. Usually the comic book guys are kind of trying to get rid of a little bit of comics. That way they don't have to bring back inventory back into their home stores. So wheel and deal as much as I can. And I snagged this one, I think for 20 bucks. Who knows if it's worth that much? Let's see. So this is all from my comic shop. This is just the fastest resource that I could find. Who knows if this is Poblar or something actually real, but it looks like a 9.8 is trying to be sold for around $200. So we're already looking at quite possibly $300 worth of inventory that I'm bringing to a convention. Please don't rob me if you see me. Next one I have had since I was very young, and I really can't wait to see this one in a slab. I think this one's awesome. This one's a classic. I think this one is probably gonna be worth one of the least amount, but this is X-Men issue number 1. I did not know I had this. When I moved into my new place, I actually found this in a box, just randomly. I found it in a box. I don't even think it was in plastic, to be honest. I don't remember, but I threw this thing into some beautiful plastic as soon as I could. Let's check out the value on this. Yeah, this looks like everyone and their mother has a copy, to be honest. Yeah, I'm trying to see if this is first printing. I absolutely love this cover. It is such a beautiful cover. It's got a mutant milestone, you know, the beautiful Cyclops and Wolverine. My favorite Wolverine is Brown Wolverine. It's quite possible that a normal cart item is looking at $9, but then a CGC 9.8 is looking like possibly $84. So not bad. Not bad so far. Not bad. If I've been holding on to this for 30 years, not bad. So if you're doing the math, we're at around $400 quite possibly. Who knows? By the way, I'm not going to actually sell any of this. This is all just for me to have and to keep. And really, this is my way of protecting these comics, because as soon as I put them in the slabs, I thought about putting them in the room, but I don't want them to get sun bleached. I don't want them to get bleached at all. I want them to be protected, but I want to display them so bad. It's definitely a conundrum, to say the least. Next up is a comic that I actually picked up more recently, either at Wondercon or Comic-Con or someplace else. And this is Uncanny X-Men issue 222. Absolutely beautiful cover. Wolverine and Sabretooth. You cannot go wrong. Classic cover. Very good condition as well, in my opinion. God knows what these guys in white gloves are gonna think. But looking at this one, wow. Not bad. Oh, CGC. There's CGC. CGC at 9.2. 9.2 is 50 bucks. So that's the lowest I'm finding. So it's possible that this is around 50 bucks. Not a big deal. I think it is a beautiful cover. Again, it's just something that I want to have protected. Next up, if you've seen Deadpool and Wolverine, you may have seen this cover. As soon as I saw that movie at San Diego Comic-Con, I knew that I had to find this cover and get it and put it in a slab and protect it. This is Uncanny X-Men 251. Freaking awesome. Looks like on here a CGC 9.6 is around $150. So again, looking at 600 bucks so far. Very, very good. That is such a beautiful cover. I can't wait to get that one protected. Next up, if you can tell, I love 80s and 90s comics. This was at a time too when things are being printed overly so. Everybody had comics. So this one is a little showing of that. This is Azrael and Batman in Batman issue 512. I love Azrael. I love the design. I think it's so freaky, and I love the 90s huge pads and buckles and pockets and things like that. I absolutely love it. So let's check out this one, Batman 512 or 510. It looks like nobody is selling this on CGC. I'm gonna be the first person, at least not on this site. So it looks like near mint is around $6. So, womp womp. No, it's still a beautiful cover. I love it. I'm gonna get it. I don't care. Next up, I actually did, my parents at least, bought this in 1993, and it is still in its original plastic. And this is the 64-page Web of Spider-Man #9, still in its plastic, never taken out. I actually have 3 copies of this one. Funny story. I bought a copy either at Wondercon or Comic-Con last year, and then I found 2 copies, including this one that's never been taken out of its plastic wrap, 2 of them at my place. I didn't know. I guess I paid for another copy somewhere, and who knows what's gonna happen to it. So let's see the value of a graded one on this one. It looks like nobody is selling this one on CGC, so again, it might be $6. So who knows? So we're still looking at like $600 for the entire bag. But again, this is in plastic wrap. I'm curious what CGC is going to say about this one when I bring it to them. Next up, I actually did collect comics in between now and when I was a little tiny child. That was a time actually around 10 to 12 years ago. So 2012, 2013, my friends and I were really into getting the New 52 and what Marvel had in store at that time. I know it's not the best, but what I did pick up was Avengers versus X-Men issue #1. Again, probably at the time, it's not a big deal. This is a big fighting issue, so I think it's worth getting protected in a slab. Let's check out the cost or value. I would say value. The cost was like $4. Dang, okay. Nothing special, but it does look like a CGC 9.8 on this site, which again could be utter and total BS, is around $170. So again, we're looking at maybe what, around $800 if I'm doing the math correctly, maybe a little over $700. Not a bad investment. Not a bad investment at all. I actually read this once and then put it into plastic, and it's been in here almost ever since. So hopefully it's held up. Oh no, hopefully it's held up. I kind of tried to protect them for, it looks like there's some rolling on the edges. I'm probably screwed. I'm probably up screwed street, you guys. That's sad. We'll see. We'll see. Next up is actually a couple, again, from when I was a kid in 1993. This was a pretty big deal if you know anything about Superman, especially at that time. But this is The Adventures of Superman issue 500, Back from the Dead. Again, I have had this comic since I was 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure one of these comics is advertising Alien 3 for the SNES. So I'm very excited to get these into protection and to have and to hold for the rest of my life until I pass it on to my child. Let's see the value of this one. So, okay, so there is actually a couple different versions of this one. I think I have the black version. So it looks like a CGC 9.6 is chilling around $75. Again, Not bad. Not bad. We'll just count that up to like maybe $850 total so far. It looks like the platinum editions are selling buku dollars, dude. If you got the gold version or the silver version of this one, God, or like an error version, you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. And finally, a book that could be worth a lot. But again, I've only read this one once, if ever at all, to be honest. And it is the last book in this grouping that I'm gonna be taking over to CGC, but it is The Death of Superman. Now, I don't think this is the same version as the one I've seen online with the cape after like Apocalypse killed him, but let's see which version this is. Someone's trying to sell this thing on eBay for $4 grand. I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, but it looks like this is The Death of Superman. And then there's also Superman issue 75, which is different than this print. This print literally is called The Death of Superman, which is crazy. Rare The Death of Superman comic. Let me check out what this guy's doing on eBay, man. He may be up to some tomfoolery, but he's trying to sell this puppy for $4 grand. This 4,000. So I don't know if this dude's really gonna get it sold. I don't know about that. Another person's trying to sell it for 2,500. So this thing may be worth that much. We will see down the line, but it's another person's trying to sell it for $100. So I'm gonna count it as $100. So our total value is looking at around maybe $950. $950? Can we call it $950? Not bad. Not bad indeed. It's either $950 or $5,000. So that's it. So that is the 10 comics that I'm gonna be taking over to CGC to get graded over this next weekend. What are some comics that you want to get graded or protected, or that you hold near and dear to your heart for any different reason, of if we had them when you were a kid, or maybe you read it and you gave it away? Let me know down in the comments below. And if all these numbers are absolutely incorrect to the collector market, again, I know jack diddly squat. It's all right. This was all just for fun and to show a couple of the comics that I'm gonna get slabbed. And maybe I'll be showing them off when they arrive back at my place. Graded, protected. Hopefully they take care of them. Man, I'm really mad at the edges of that one comic. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe. Also, be sure to smash the like button. It really does help the channel get pushed out to new people. And yeah, let me know what comics you want protected or you maybe sold in the past. Let me know. It's a fun conversation. Thank you so much and have a great day.